show up.
Let's go.
Okay, wait. Oh, yeah. Alvaro, where did it go? Second. Okay. All right, ready? Okay. So thank you very much to everybody who's joining us. This is, wait, my brain's fried. Okay, now I'm recording. Thank you very much to everyone who has showed up today. Today is lesson number 6, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, and we are talking about transitions, which I'm actually quite excited to know about since all I learned so far is attacking and defending. Have I learned about defending yet?
No, defending is going to be next.
Okay, defending is next. So I've learned about attacking. Now I'm learning about transitions, and yeah, that's what we're talking about.
So yeah, hi everyone, this is Alvaro here. So we're going to talk, as Andrea said, we're going to talk about transitions today. So we're going to mix the two transitions and we're going to talk about attacking and defensive transitions at the same time. Because as we said on the previous webinar, yeah, we are separating the moments of the game, but we know that in futsal, they happen pretty much every time. And because of the dynamism of the game, we're gonna have lots of back and forth. So the transitions, we decided to keep them together. So today we're going to talk about attacking transitions and defensive transitions. So basically, attacking transition and defensive transition, they happen when you are attacking on your attacking moment, and then out of sudden you lose the ball possession. So if I share my screen here with you, if this work, I think I can share. Andrea, please.
You can't share?
Nope.
Why can't you share?
So if, as soon as we are attacking, coming back to the topic, so we are attacking, and then the moment that you lose the ball possession, your team needs to change the behavior. Now you're not attacking, now you must defend. So that moment when you are switching from attacking to defending, and then everything that's happening between that, losing the ball possession all the way to recover the ball possession or organize your team, this we're going to talk defensive transition. And on the other hand, when you are defending, as soon as one of your players or you get the ball possession back, and you are going to attack properly or move the ball into an open space, we are going to call this attacking transition.
Try now.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
So let's go. So here are the 4 moments of the game, plus flying goalie and dead balls, the ways we have been describing here. And then this, we spoke last week about the separation of the moments to make this simple to understand. And then now we're gonna move forward to talk a little bit about what we are expecting as a coach to see or to develop or to change the players' behavior for them to understand how to play in transitions. So when you are attacking, thinking about attacking transitions, when you are attacking, as a coach, as a player, you need your players, you want your players to move fast. If you decide to attack and you have, for example, we just got the ball and then my players decide, okay, I can go up, I can attack properly, I can move up on the field and try to score. If this is the best decision making, so I need to speed up towards the net. And then lots of behaviors needs to happen with that player that got the ball, plus the other 3 or maybe 4 players, including the goalie. We're not going to include the goalie at this moment. We're going to keep the goalie off this situation. But let's think about the other 3 players. So if I got the ball and then now I decide to push up, at least 2 other players need to move up on the field to provide me passing lane and to help me to build up. So for example, if we are attacking, let me organize this thing here. Yeah, good. So if I have the ball here, and then all of a sudden, the red team got the ball back from the blue team. Can you see properly there? Can you see? Yep, good. So if this guy here that got the ball decided to push up, number 3 here needs to follow, this guy needs to follow up to provide passing lanes to help whoever has the ball carrier, to finish the counterattack, to finish the attacking transition. So that's one behavior. So if this guy speed up towards the net, someone else needs to help him providing passing lanes. This way, in this simple example here, we are creating numerical advantage to put a question mark, a doubt on the defensive player's mind. So what is this guy gonna do? Is he gonna keep dribbling and try to score? Is he gonna pass the ball to his left side or her left side? And if he plays the ball here, what the other guy must do? So by providing passing lanes here, which is the second behavior, the first one was speed up when we have room for that, we create this numerical advantage here. So if number 2 here, whoever has the ball, play the ball to his left side, the other behavior we are expecting here is someone running by the back post. So remembering that in futsal, we don't have offsides. So we always need someone running to the back post in order to create an opportunity to score. Okay. Hold on a little bit. I have a family situation here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys.
It's the life.
So let's go. Lucas is back. So let's go. As I said, in this example here, I explained pretty much all the behaviors that the players should be doing, the basic ones. So speed up when is possible, passing lanes to create options. And then of course, if we progress on the court, someone needs to run to the back post. Now, thinking on attacking transition, another possibility is if I get the ball back and I can't progress, what should I do? Should I progress either way, or should I move the ball into an open space? So if I can't progress, I'm gonna try to, this is another behavior. So if I can't progress on the field, because the opposition, it's behind the ball line, waiting there. So if I can't progress on the court, and then I have pressure on the ball side, maybe the better option here is play the ball into a zone where there's no pressure. So this guy here, he cannot play up because the opposition is completely behind the ball line. They're blocking the progression. So now, as attacking transition, we are going to move the ball to the zone on the court where we don't have pressure, and now we're going to organize our attack. So 2 ways to do the attacking transition, basically moving up on the court or moving the ball into a zone where we don't have pressure. So this is the basic 2 things. Marcelo, do you want to add anything?
It's fine. Yeah.
So now talking about the principles of play, the principles by playing under attacking transition. So there we go. So if when we are attacking, we decide to push up. Okay, so our team decides to push up. Now, what should we do as a team? We always, normally, nowadays, the teams are trying to finish in a triangle, offensive triangle. So I have a chance to finish my attack, and I also have a chance to pass the ball to either side, left or right, in this example here. And the 4th player must attack, but this guy must attack, creating a possibility to, if eventually the defensive team here for any reason gets the ball and play up on the field, so we have someone here ready to defend. So we always need to attack, but we always need to attack thinking on our own edge. So attack the net ahead of us, remembering that we have a net behind us. So attack thinking on defending our own because of the dynamism. If we lose the ball, someone is going to play behind our back. And remembering, we don't have offsides in futsal. So we better, if we don't score, we better defend because the opposition will probably counterattack, will probably attack fast, will probably build up very fast and play behind our back. Okay, so by play or win the middle channel, mainly, what I'm trying to explain here in tough English to understand, I'm sorry about that, but the principle is this. So if we have this example here, only 3 players on the board. So for example, we have the ball, if we organize the court in 3 channels, like this. So we have 2 flanks, in this example, attacking here, down here. We are gonna have left, middle channel, and right channel or right flank. So if we are counterattacking this way, the better way normally where we are going to have better chances to score or better possibilities or more possibilities to score is if someone drag this ball, dribble this ball towards the middle channel. So here we are going to have possibility to have someone running on the left flank, someone running on the right flank. So we're going to create here with this situation 2 passing lanes plus the dribbling option plus the shooting option when we are close to the post. So yes, I can dribble here on the flanks, but in the middle I would have more chances to progress and have better chances to score. Okay, so one of the principles that normally we like to use, like to help players to understand is by using the middle, you're going to create better chances. Okay, so in this situation here, we are jumping to the next topic, which is running towards the back post or second post in Portuguese in free translation. So if I play the ball here to the left side, one of the players must run towards the back post. Okay, can you see properly there? I think here is a little bit
Sure.
better.
So there's actually a question, but I can't answer it because it's in Portuguese.
You can read, Andrea, please.
You can't read it. No, I'm not reading it.
Bom, sou eu aqui, o Marcelo. Quais os erros mais comuns que os alunos cometem nas transições ofensivas? What the most common mistakes the students, the players, they do when they do the transition, offensive transitions? What's your opinion about that?
Mistakes that players normally usually make. First things first, the players, they need to understand that they don't need to attack all the time. So we got the ball possession, then by analyzing this picture, analyzing the situation, we are going to decide if you're going to counterattack, if you're going to move fast towards the opposition net, or if you're going to move the ball to, for example, to a zone where we don't have the pressure. So I think the most common mistake that I've seen is normally attacking transition means try to score. And then you're going to see one player trying to beat 2 defenders, 3 defenders, and sometimes 4 defender plus goalie. So a superhero, try to move, rush, and go up on the court and trying to score by him or herself. And this is not going to work most of the time. Sometimes you're going to beat 1, 2 players and score, but that's not all the time. So I think that's the most common mistake. Of course, we can fix using lots of stuff here, but that's the most common mistake I've seen here in Canada. Marcelo?
I saw different. I think in Brazil, Aleito, no Brasil, eles driblam mais. Aqui, they force the pass when they don't have the line. Like the guy is free, but the defender, but the defensor está bloqueando o passe sometimes. So I think like in Canada é mais forçar o passe. every time the guy don't want the responsibility for them, they want to release the ball and then contra-attack. So ele já joga a bola. E no Brasil, when I work in Brazil, is the guys they try to be a Neymar. So você precisa de algo assim para motivar teu jogador a passar aí no Brasil. You need something to motivate your player to pass the ball, to look head up. But in Brazil, they look most of the time to beat, para driblar. Okay, Ayrton? Yeah.
Okay. So pass the ball, moving to the next principle here. So for example, that basically we should be encourage players to understand is coming back here using the middle channel. So for example, if we have this situation here, I'm going to put two defenders here. The light. Okay. So for example, number 2 here has the ball. He's moving forward. And then, for example, number 5 decided to engage him or commit him. If I play the ball here, where number 1 is behind the defender's line, I'm giving a chance to number 5 drop 2 steps and commit number 1. By pass the ball away from the defender, what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to imply here is, if this player is in line with the last defender or this defender here, I try to play this ball away in a way where this first touch here, when whoever receives the ball here, beat the defender in 1 touch. So I'm passing the ball in order to beat this guy with the pass. So I play the ball away of this guy, away of these possibilities, avoiding the possibility for this defender to attack and to commit with number 1 here. So this is passing the ball away, try to beat the defender with only 1 movement and 1 fundamental, which is the pass. Okay. Dribbling, committing the defender ahead of him or her. In this situation here, for example, 2v1, we have this picture here. We have a player on the right side and we have the ball in the middle channel. So number 3 is the defender. The ball carrier here, he has a chance to play the ball or dribble the ball to his or her left side. So instead of play the ball or run the ball, dribble the ball to the left side, using more time to do this action, remember that the net is here in the middle. By dribbling to commit the defender, what I'm saying is try to dribble the ball towards the defender. And then this guy will try to keep giving the passing lane. And then this way, we're going to create this question mark in his head. Should I attack the ball? Should I delay a little bit more? Should I block the passing lane? What should I do? So by dribbling towards the defender, now I have a chance to pass the ball and I have a chance to try to play this 1v1 challenge here and then maybe try to score. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. And again, English, free translation, dribbling, committing the defender ahead of him or her. And then creating passing lanes. We have been talking about creating passing lanes pretty much during the whole situation here, during the whole presentation. So always, whoever doesn't have the ball needs to push up and create those passing lanes. Marcelo, do you want to?
I need to share my screen.
Do you want to say something? We still have.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He understood the situation.
Yeah. Did I answer a later to question? Did we answer actually?
He's flying. He said his English is flying. So he understood everything.
Okay. Does he have any problem to share, like any other option? Because you said about passing, I said about dribbling. Does he have any other?
No, he said the dribbling. In Brazil, the dribbling. He want to throw a rock in the kids, but he cannot do anyway. Yeah. Nowadays, in the past, when I had a hair coaching, I could do like a whip the players. But now he needs to respect the new generation. So Ayrton is very nice with the kids. So he cannot do anything. He can say, oh, try the next. Nice try. Well done.
Okay. So coming back here, we're going to talk about defensive transition. Let's see if this is better here. Those are the technical behaviors that a player should do in a game. So now, as soon as we lose the ball possession, of course, the attacking team or whoever was attacking and now is in defensive transition needs to drop. Everybody needs to drop in order to protect the net. So a few things we can do, we have to do in order to defend properly in a defensive transition. So the players, as a team, the players should drop as soon as possible to protect the net. The players should, another option, another principle is delay the attack or make the opposition attack and progress slowly, giving our players time to drop behind the ball line. And of course, once we are talking about a 40 meters court here, maximum 40 meters, we need to always protect the net. So those are the 4 principles that a team should be doing during a futsal match. Now, as a coach, you need to pick the best one based on your game model to coach and to ask your players to do during the games. You're not going to do everything at the same time, especially with kids. If we try to give all the options for them at the same time, it's going to be a mess. So maybe if we are working and this is not in order, but maybe if the players, they understand that as soon as they lose the ball possession, they drop. Everybody must drop behind the ball line. That's good for kids to understand that they need to drop, get together, get in shape, protecting the net. Now you're going to commit. Now you're going to maybe attack the players based on the way the coaches decide to defend. Another way, another principle is press the ball, try to drop, and then press the ball. If I do this in this situation here, I'm creating passing lanes for the opposition. But if I drop and I delay and I keep dropping, buying time for my players, drop, and then I'm going to attack the ball, that's a good way to start. So drop, delay, and then press the ball possession. Press or pressing, we're going to talk about this later on. Okay, so all the players should be dropping, should understand, because futsal is way different than soccer in this situation here. Everybody needs to defend. Everybody needs to attack. Okay, so if we come back to the players' attitude here, all right, so everybody drops behind the ball line, delay the opposition, do not play in lines. So if I have the players here and I have this shape, one pass will destroy my players. One pass here will beat my players. Remember the pass away from the defender. One good pass here will beat 3 defenders. And then number 5 here will be able to score. Okay, in this case, avoid playing in lines. We are talking about covering. So if number 4, like the boys here with number 4, we are covering like this, for example, this shape, making a defensive triangle here. So if number 1 gets beat here, number 4 dribble past number 1, maybe number 3 can cover, come in this way, and then number 4 should drop to cover number 3, and then we're going to keep the shape here with number 1 rotating inside, or maybe double marking here. So in this case here, number 3 was covering, and then number 4 is covering number 3. That's another principle when we are talking about defensive transition. And of course, those are defensive moment principles as well. Okay, block shot options. So if the opposition is by the 10 meters PK mark here, or inside or in, and then they are in the central channel where we have a better angle to score, should this guy commit, drop, or protect the net most likely? This guy here should try to block at all costs any sort of chances for number 4 here, the ball carrier, to shoot the ball. Even if it's sliding tackle, the space when this guy is trying to progress or try to shoot, slide tackle the ball to protect the net. Now, there are the last two behaviors or principles that I left here is the difference between pressure and pressing. When we are talking about pressure, we are talking about one player committing and try to get the ball. So in this case here, we have this diamond here shape because the opposition, the attacking, is in sort of a diamond. So if I have a pressure, I'm thinking about this defender here, press, don't give time and space for number 3 to think and act during the game. Maybe he's going to push this guy to play to his left side and passing the ball here. Maybe he's going to commit this way and push the guy to play to his right side. It doesn't matter, but we have pressure on the ball. When we think about pressing, we are understanding that we are blocking all possibilities that he goes past the ball. So we are taking time and space, but we are not giving him options to pass the ball because the 4 players are at the same time stopping and blocking all possibilities to pass the ball. Okay, so pressure, we are talking about only one player taking time and space from whoever has the ball. And pressing is more like a team action where everybody's trying to block all the options. Okay, so here is a little bit about players' behavior on attacking and defense transition, and team principle when we are talking about attacking and defense transition. Marcelo, do you want to add anything about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you wanna show your the games that you separate, I have 3 games that I would like to show, but if you want to go right now, enjoy.
So for the exercise,
yeah,
so move to see what's the first one. Move
yours. This is yours.
Oh, Pini. Let's see. Oh. Fancy. Can you see? Like, can you put me bigger, Andrea? I'm bigger.
No, you're good. Oh, I can't put you bigger. It is what it is.
Okay. So everybody can see here.
Yep.
So imagine you need 2 teams. You need 1 ball, and you need, like in this situation, 4 cones or pinning in the hand. So the kid's gonna have the pin in the hand. So the defenders gonna have the pin. This team has no pin in the hands or cone. So they are dribbling the ball. As soon they lose the ball, this team drop the cones. These guys only can attack the ball if they get the cone. So the players can attack, this guy gonna get the cone, they're gonna be probably late. If they create one situation, the guy got the pin and come back, this guy gonna get the pin and come back, this guy's going this way. So every time you're gonna do this situation. Normally you play just 3-4 minutes and you give a rest because the guy's gonna be tired. The second exercise that you can do it. You can play any questions, Aleilton, Bafini, no questions.
Sure. Actually, I have a question. What age group is this for?
This
Yeah.
for U9 house, like U8
Okay.
house to adult.
To adults, okay.
Yeah, so U8 to adult. The next you're gonna play 3 players. 1 player attacking here with the ball in the hands. Here another player with the ball in the hands. So they are playing, they try to feed this guy and move. He can pass the ball 1 timer, the guys score, or he can betray these guys or he can change direction. Why? When these guys pass for him, the defenders are running, these guys are running this way. He can kick this ball out and he can pick up his ball in his hand, drop the ball, he comes this way, attacking with the pink team against his team, this way. So he betrayed the team. And I think they depend of the kid, they're gonna love to do this. So when the guys pass the ball, they don't move everybody because they know maybe this guy betrayed, they need someone in the back. So they start to think about. What's the next, Alvaro? We have the next page. So the next exercise, if I'm too fast, just let me know. You play three versus three here in the game. And the guy's dribbling, try to score. You have a lot of space. When the guy kicks the ball, if they score, they're gonna keep attacking. So they turn, they go this way. If they miss or they didn't score, the guy that kicked the ball, he needs to go around. And now the counter-attack will be 3 versus 2. Is someone coming to help. So that's it. The another, any questions? No. It's good. Did you understand? 3 versus 3, kick the ball. If you score, turn. If you don't score, the guy that kicked the ball, he missed the net, he's gonna go around. Another exercise. You have 3 guys in the middle. This player with the ball. Defender, defender. So this guy gonna pass the ball. This guy gonna dummy. So he gonna leave the ball through his legs. If this guy gonna decide to go this way or that way. So depend on him. So when he pass the ball here, if he decide to come this way, this guy join here, this guy cover here, who pass the ball coming here. When they finish, doesn't matter they score or no, if they miss, the coach gonna pass the ball for this guy that's moving here. And now this guy, they needed to come back. So this guy's gonna finish this way probably. They go one by one, this guy running here, the guy's gonna run. This is around 2 minutes exercise. And the last one exercise, you are playing 4 versus 4. It's a main marking. So everybody can see here. Yep. So imagine 3 is gonna pick up a 3. 4 is with 4. 5 is 5. And 2 doesn't need to mark number 1. 2 is fine. They are not doing main marking. 3 guys are doing main marking. So what's the point? You need cone here, 1 meter, 1.5 meter here, 1 meter, 1 meter here, 2 cones, 2 cones. So you need 2 teams. You need 8 cones. So you put the cones outside, close to the line. So what's the point? Pink is going this way, blue is going that way. If the goalie pass the ball, this guy, he make the pass. If he runs here, this guy has to follow him. And now he's gonna lose the guy. But number 2 can cover. And now number 1 is free here. So they can change the cover. This guy will be late. So they can receive the ball, move it this way. You're gonna bring number 5 here. So in exercise, what's gonna happen is you have guys passing the ball, pretend to move to see the guy run to escape inside from the player. The players start to think about the game, how they can do this. Again, this exercise for transition is only 2 minutes game because the main marking, the guys need to move every time, and that's more difficult to get the guy because the guy gonna escape. So pink escape this way, blue is going this way. Yeah? No questions?
Sure, I have a question. 2. So age groups again? Okay, so
You can do this for little ones, adult.
Okay.
It's like my answer will be like Fernando Cabral today, the coach. He said, I'm a futsal coach. I'm not a U10 coach. I'm not an adult coach. I'm not a female coach. I'm a futsal coach. My exercise for the adults, I apply for the kids.
So have we done this? Have we done these drills in our academy?
No, not yet. Not yet. Why? Why you're curious about?
Well, no, because I'm just wondering if there's a level of complexity, right? Like, is there a certain, like, are
Not
these
yet,
complex?
but for the guys U10, like
Yeah.
U9, they're gonna get.
Okay.
This will be by transition.
Okay.
One of exercise for transitions for them. But they can get my group. I think Alvaro's like the guy 6 years old doesn't work.
Well, no. Okay. But like the older guys, like our 2007.
When you say older, the guy is 9 years old.
9 years old. Okay.
Eric, 9 years old.
So, Ed, is this good for practicing for tournaments or just like basic play?
Is a situation for transition. The guys to understand they need to escape from the guy.
Okay.
And someone is checking you. Normally, what's happened? We have that retreat line.
Yeah.
So imagine the guy learning here. The guy learning here. He has someone checking him. He learning here that he can move away. This guy in the game has to follow him, but here he learned to do this. The guy has to be late.
Okay.
If the guy want to react, why? He needs to check him and see where is the ball.
Okay.
Okay, this still the ball is for here. Oh, so the guys they try to start to think the game. Oh, how I can think the game?
Okay.
How I gonna improve? Alvaro,
Cool.
questions?
Yeah, I have if you finish, I have 2 or 3 games that I would like to show that are basically just a complement of the games you put it here. So those are the 3 games, and P stands for progression within the same game. So let's see if we can have a good view here. So the first one is goalie, which is here. Can you see the goalie? Down here. Goalie. +3. So normally coaches can start the ball here from the middle or from the goalie, the opposition goalie. So basically we're gonna have a 3v1 going this way. So as soon as the coach plays the ball here, we are gonna have 3v1 coming this way. It's a counter-attack situation, is an attacking transition. So all the principles that we have talked, you can ask for the players or ask players to do like 2 principles at the same time, or one principle at a time, is up to you. But here we can see a passing lane, dribbling into the middle, and then committing the defender. On the other hand, we can ask the defenders not to commit, so we can have in our games, for example, attacking rules, attacking behavior rules, like what we are expecting that those players, they're gonna do when they are attacking in an attacking transition. So the behaviors that we want to change or the behaviors that we want to make them do when they are attacking. And then the behaviors that we want to work on our defenders when we are in defensive transition. So I'm not expecting a 3v1 when we are defending that my player commits whoever has the ball or attack the ball. I'm expecting this guy to delay. So we are working on our attacking, but we cannot forget our defenders. So in this case here, we could work in a lot of the principles in this small game. So the progression here would be, we could lay 2 players, defenders, off the field, like here. And then it doesn't matter what's happened when the red team finishes their attack, the goalie will get an extra ball, and then they are going to restart the game in a 3 versus 3 game going the opposite way. So we are in an attacking transition going this way, and then we have an attacking transition going that way. Overall, but they are playing 3v3. It's an attacking transition the same way, because I haven't said this guy cannot run behind the back here of this defender, so the goalie can play straight there, and then we are attacking on the other side. On the other hand, the red team needs to, again, drop, delay, protect the net, press the ball, pressing as a team, whoever concept you want to work on your team. Okay, and then another way to do this game is the second one here, is when we have 3 versus 2. 3 versus 2, because now what's changed here is, remember, I don't want to see players defending team playing in line. So the attacking actions or the attacking behaviors would be pretty much the same as the previous one. We want to pass in lanes. We want to try to use the middle channel. I want to see players putting themselves in line with the defender on his side or slightly ahead when it's possible to receive this away pass. And then on the defense side, I don't want to see players playing in line. I want to see one of the 2 players slightly up, because this way we can cover each other. And then we are going to ask to these defenders here for them to read what's going on. And one of them maybe is going to try to cut off this passing lane here, and then eliminating this player, creating the same number of players playing against each other. So by cutting off this passing lane, now instead of playing 3v2, I'm playing 2v2. This is for a short period of time, but this is a 2 versus 2. Okay, so if this guy decides to play there, then now I'm gonna ask this guy to drop and cover and work and help his teammate. So those are the principles, those are the behaviors that we want to work. And every game, Marcelo's games are the same. You need to pick 1, 2, maybe 3, depends on your player's level, and then you ask them to act and use those principles for them to understand what they have to do, what they need to do when they are either in defensive transition or attacking transition. Okay, so the progression on this one would be, remember, before the transition, for example, we keep saying using the central channel most likely, but if the coach, for example, or the goalie here start the game by passing the ball here, for example, we can implement another movement or another principle, which is winning or playing in the middle channel, and then whoever was in the middle channel will do an overlap. And then we are again using the middle channel, and we have the passing lanes. Oh, Alvaro, can this guy dribble this way? Yes, it's his decision. But if you're practicing, I would encourage my players, try at all time, use the middle channel. If this is open and we have the possibility to dribble in this zone here, okay? So talking about the progression would be get an extra player, put him by the post, in here, the opposite post, and as soon as the goalie or the coach starts the game by passing the ball, when one of the red players playing wearing red touches the ball, this guy is allowed to step on the field. So this way, we are again, I don't want to see defenders playing in line. I want to see my attacking players using all the principles that we talked before, but now they have pressure coming from behind. So they have pressure. They cannot take too long to finish this attack. Otherwise, the third player will drop. And now instead of having an advantage, numerical advantage, now we are playing on the same numbers of players, 3v3 in this example here. On the defensive side, thinking about one principle is, if we have this shape here, for example, number 3, whoever is carrying the ball here, is leaning towards play the ball to his right side, where number 1 should go. Option 1 here, press the ball, or option 3 on the other flank. So as a coach, we need to decide which way we prefer. There's no right or wrong here, but some coaches, they decide to press the ball and double mark right here. That's okay. Some coaches, and I prefer that option, they will say, if number 3 is committing number 3 here, and then they are leaning towards play the ball to the right side, and we have someone covering there, this guy needs to read this picture and then maybe go into the open space, trying to create a triangle, the defensive triangle behind the ball line. As soon as he gets there, then you're going to commit and press or pressing the ball carrier or the team. So those are the principles in a simple game or in a few simple games that we can work in everything that we talked previously. Some questions are coming about age groups. I think, in my opinion, as Marcelo said, and as Cabral said, if we lower the complexity here and make players or let the players play, they're going to learn. They're going to learn one principle, pick up one principle here, and you can give to a U8. For example, the first game, 3v1. Attackers, we need passing lanes. Okay, passing lanes. Do you know what passing lane means? So we are going to play this game. We're going to try to create passing lanes. Put yourself on the court in a way where the ball carrier can play the ball to you. One principle, one behavior. They need to move up. And then this guy here, we can let him play. Oh, everybody got the passing lanes? Defenders, now I want to see you delaying. Do you think the best option is attack the ball? If you attack the ball, you are off balance, maybe you're going to lose the ball, then they're going to have 2 versus goalies, a breakaway with 2 guys attacking on our goalie. What do you think? Maybe the best option is delay a little bit, keep the distance, and slow the attacking down, slow their pacing down. So we're talking about one attacking principle and one defensive principle. So we can work with U8s with this sort of games. They can play. There's no problem. And of course, if you're working with a high level group of players, is even talking about U8, maybe you can add more layers on that and ask them to play the game. The last one, it's more game-like. You're going to have lines at the corner, and then you're going to have balls in either net. So one goalie playing here, one goalie playing down here. We're going to have a game like a breakaway, one versus the goalie. As soon as this guy finished the play, it doesn't matter what's happened, if he score or not, he stays on the court, she stays on the court, and now this goalie here will get the ball if he saves the ball, or another ball if the opposition kick it out, and play now coming down here, we're going to have 2v1. As soon as they finish, everybody stays on the court. These defenders will drop and defend, and now we're going to coming up, we're going to have 3 versus 2. So using the central channel, for example, don't play in line. So all the principles will be there. As soon as this attack is done, everybody stays on the court. We're going to go 4v3 going the other side. It doesn't matter the shape your players are playing. Everything is going to be there. Okay? And then you can finish this game the way you prefer. If you have a small group of kids, or if you have a lower level of players, if you play breakaway 2v1, then the principles will be there. Passing lanes and delay, for example. If you have about more players and a higher level players, you can add more layers. And then maybe you can work on flying goalie with this one, finishing as a 5v4, for example. So either way you want to work, you can work on defensive and attacking transition and apply your game model at all times. So you don't need to, I'm going to use wasting your time, because you can use your sessions to work on your game model and coach the principles that you think are the best for your players at every moment of the game. So I think that's the defensive and attacking transition topics that we would like to share with you today.
I think like a transition is very, very important. Think about the game. My practice, I do a lot of this because you have one area that you can steal the ball for the guys. And if you look at the last World Cup, Argentina and Russia had more ball possession. keep the ball, but lost the game. Is something that Brazil learned with the Spain team in 2000, 2004, the transition forward for Spain. I think it was better than our transition to go back. So we needed to think about like the transitions. You can keep your system, your tactical system, but if you don't have a good transition, it's more difficult to win the game. Sometimes you can just be a team that you throw the ball the other team, wait till the team comes and use your counter-attack. I saw a lot of teams doing this. I think some coaches, they don't know what to do and the other team does this, like only defending and counter-attack. The guys don't know what to do with the ball. They just counter-attack. It's a transition forward. So you have to be ready for everything in this situation. No questions. Daniel Baffini, Aleirton. The guys are Aleirton. Everybody understood everything? You can put the sound in the guys. You can open the microphone. Your microphone is.
They can open their mic and talk to us.
Yeah, they can.
Portuguese,
I can let them do it.
Even in Portuguese.
But I think they're doing it. They're doing it. They're blocking
Marcelo
themselves.
can translate the Portuguese for us.
They block themselves.
They block
Aleirton in English. Aleirton in English. Daniel Baffini.
Nothing.
No camera, but Daniel Baffini has no camera. He cannot show his face.
Wait, there's a question.
Aleirton, eu respondi sua pergunta no começo, cara. Deu tudo certo lá? Você tem alguma outra opção, lá, outra observação para falar de erro não erro, mas de tomada de decisão ali que não reflete a realidade durante a partida que você tenha visto aí na molecada no Corinthians?
Ding. I don't know. There's a question. Did someone answer the question? It's in Portuguese. I can't answer it.
It's not a question. He said, entendi tudo. I understood everything.
Perfect.
Congratulations or parabéns. Congratulations to do this, to have the initiation, about to take lead.
So here's actually a question for both you and Marcelo. Do you think any of this is happening in Canada? Like what you just described? Do you like, obviously we're doing some of it with our academy, but do you think this is happening, this type of futsal is happening and this type of transition works happening in Quebec or Toronto?
I think when I watch the games, you are talking about to do the live or the way to play the game, if they do transitions in the game?
Both, yeah, or both.
No, the lives I didn't see any movement, but I mean the games here is just like you watch the last tournament. It's a transition game. It's a boom, 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 boom. In Brazil, you call prédio, like a building game. When you live in a building, go to your court in the building. And the guys call the guys, fifth floor, seventh floor, let's play. The guys go play. And there is no tactical, nothing. You call prédio building game. Looks like a building game. The guys got the ball, kick, they go to save it, throw the ball, the guys run that way, the guys run that way. It's a very, very energetic game. Like the guys, the first 5 minutes they are running, and after the striker doesn't come back. But they don't practice this game. That's the point. They come from soccer normally indoor. Most of, I'm gonna say, like in 8 teams we saw, maybe 2 teams, they 2 or 3, they have more connection with futsal. The rest of the guys, no, it's indoor, it's a soccer team. And they come to the game. They learn. You can see like during the tournament, they are learning. They are playing like better. If Aleirton and Baffini don't understand, Canada has a tournament, a Canadian tournament. You can watch in a YouTube. You have the last year, the YouTube, you can watch, or I can send the link to you guys. And what's happened is only 4 days, and you play every day until the final game. And you talk about the game. The game is just transition, just attacking, defend, attacking, defend, attacking, defend. It's good to see. I'm gonna send to you a lot of links. You're gonna see. You're gonna watch. I'm gonna turn to you.
I have a question.
What's the question?
Hi, everyone.
Who is the sound? Who is the sound? Who is the singer here?
I don't know.
Maybe it's Buffini. Buffini, Friday night.
How do you deal with I don't know how to say, but lazy guys, the one, because in this kind of game you have to run fast back and as you say, but sometimes you got a guy who doesn't run enough to back. How do you deal with this kind in your teams?
So you have a lazy guy in your team, Buffini?
Yeah.
So you can, if you are coach the team, or if you are playing together, you can make a rule. You can make a rule, at least the guy needed to come back behind the ball the ball line. So imagine you are attacking, you lost the ball. Probably the guy, he needs to drop until behind the ball line. So that's the first I suggest to you, because if you go so tough, the guy maybe gonna be mad with you. And so first ask him, and after you go, you ask him, the guy, more about the guy. In the life is like this, you never ask a big favor. Go slow. So your girlfriend asks you to go supermarket, say no, because when you get married, you're gonna be there every day. So learning. So go slow. Andrea loved my examples. Buffini. Oh, your English is good, Buffini. You can move to Canada.
Thank you.
Canada. Leito is crazy to immigrate here. Leito. I know, Joe. More questions?
Do you have no, do you have I don't know how to say, a space for a physiotherapist on your team?
If I have a space, a spot in the team?
For physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist. Oh, physiotherapist. So did you graduate in physiotherapy? Look at this, Andrea.
Yeah.
Look, Andrea, look at this. You just graduate in physiotherapy. You have experience in soccer. You have experience in futsal. And if you apply to immigrate, maybe you can do a college here, or have to study, or maybe not, because I don't know how is the market in physiotherapy. I think you need to redo some subjects to start to work, but it's depend of you. So você vai ter que aprender inglês. Hello, I'll be happy to have you here. Futsal soccer player, look.
But
you are young.
Buffini, if I may, what I can tell about the physiotherapist career here is, for example, you don't depend on a doctor here. So if I get an injury in my game, I don't need to go to a doctor to get a referral and then go to the physio. I can go straight to the physio.
That's great. That's great.
That's like,
that works. Yeah.
So you don't depend on the doctor. Like in Brazil, normally, some clinics nowadays, they're popping up every place, especially in Sao Paulo. But normally you have to go to a doctor, get a referral, and then go to your physio. Here is different. You can go to a physio straight, do your treatment, and done. And then if you need, you go to the doctor. But normally you can go straight to your physio. So I think
that's great. That's great.
Flexible for for the physios, especially the ones that like to study and want to and start a clinic. It's more open. The market is more. I think is a better way to understand the marketing here, because you have more possibilities to work. You have more freedom to work, so you don't depend on the doctor.
Andrea, cut the YouTube. Can you cut the YouTube? You cut the YouTube?
Why are you wanting me to cut the YouTube?
Now, because you finish, I need to talk for the guy, and it's not a good in YouTube.
All right, so then I'm gonna stop. So then I'll just conclude it. All right, so thanks. That ends the stream of the YouTube.